So it's it's mind-boggling to say the least. Here it says the red pill sells a fake, a false dream to both men and women. Now, Clyde, do you think the red pill really sold a false dream to both
I
men and women?
don't. I don't think so. I, if it did, if certain things that I've read, that I've seen, did not coincide with any of the things that I've experienced in my life,
Mm-hmm.
um, it would be easily dismissible. It would be
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know what these guys are talking about. This is not correct, and you just dismiss it, and you know, because it's wrong. It doesn't apply to your life. The reason why we listen to a lot of content coming from the red pill movement, from the red pill community, is because we can bounce it off of our own experiences. Like we see those things in our own lives. It happens to us. A lot of times it is almost it's very difficult to read about something and it's never happened to you, so it's difficult for you to adopt it. You're not going to understand it until you get to that point. The reason why I think it's not selling a false dream to neither men or women is because I think it's accurate. It is something that happens it has happened in my life, like things that I've seen that cannot be dismissed that easily.
Very true. You know what? That particular point that you just made, is a good segue for something that took place in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I was dating this young lady, and she had some friends coming in town. Well, her friends were coming in town, and at the time I was driving a BMW, and she liked my car, and she wanted to be able to use it when she's going certain places because she wants to look like she's up and coming and in style. And we'd go out together, and I'll pick her up and we'll go hang out. But this one particular weekend, her friends were coming in town, and she asked for me to borrow her car. I mean, sorry, borrow my car, and in turn, I will be driving her car. So she was supposed to bring. It was, I believe, it was Wednesday, and she was supposed to bring the car back to me on Thursday, right? And she left. Thursday came. I didn't see the car pull up in the parking lot at my job. I was in property management, and I didn't see the car pull up on my job. I said, okay, cool. So Thursday went, time for the office to close. The office closed. So I was like, where is she? What's going on? That wasn't the deal. That's not what we agreed on. And so I started calling her, and no answer. Then she finally answered and said she'll call me back. Didn't call me back. Friday came. I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be hanging out with my friends. I need my car. Started calling her about 3 o'clock in the day. No car. No her. No call from her. So I'm thinking, like, all kind of thoughts start going through my mind. And Friday finished. No car. So okay. I'm still driving her car, right? And Saturday came. So I'm like, okay, she's going to bring the car today. And I'm going to be able to go out. It's Saturday night, and I'm going to be able to go out. Saturday came, and left. No car, no her. So my mind is racing, Clyde. Like my mind is racing. Like, what happened? Maybe something happened to her.
She wasn't returning your calls. You were trying to call her or something.
No return, no call, nothing. I called, voicemail. I'm almost sure she turned the phone off, right? And Sunday, I called. I think I might have called twice on Sunday because I was like, you know what? It's Sunday. I'm not really going anywhere tonight. So,
You're beginning to be concerned if you're ever going to see your car again, right?
I was concerned about the car, but I was also concerned
if something had happened to her.
Yes, yeah. And because the phone is just going straight to voicemail. Remember, the last time she answered the phone was on Thursday. And that was it.
Wow.
So Monday morning, I got to work. I pulled up a car, and then I noticed that I saw my car parked in the parking lot by the office because she lived on the complex, on the property, and I'd moved her in. And when she moved from out of town, came down, she was needing the place, so I gave her an apartment. And so we got to talking, and she started apparently her ex was coming back in the picture. And this is when I got a shock, like, wow, a woman will really do this, right? She told me when I said, hey, what happened? Why you asked me for the car and you didn't show up? You turned the phone off. I thought something was wrong with you. She looked at me and said, you don't make enough money. I said, what? She said, yeah, you don't make enough money. And what I was getting paid was a fairly good salary. It was at the time was a salary that was comparable to the position I was doing, and in the year I was actually getting a really good monies. And I said to her, what do you mean? She said, I have children, because she was taking care of her nieces and nephew. Something that happened to their parents. I won't get into that. That's their business. So I said, so if I go make more money, she said, when you make more money, you can come back for me. You can come back for me. And I said, so if I come back for you, what do I get? She leaned back in the passenger seat of my car, and she went like this, Clyde. Look, she went like this. Me. All of this. I was like, that's all I get? Just you? She said, yes. I said, oh, okay. And
for more money, like.
For more money. But obviously, I already had.
It's funny, like how it is. Men are painted as the bad guys when they refer to relationships that a relationship with a woman is a transaction, but it is women that turn it into a transaction. They could stop at any moment, by not charging the guy, like where the guy doesn't have to pay for anything, and she's still with him, and that way it wouldn't be a transaction, But they don't let that happen, Like you have to. What is it? Chris Rock mentions that in that last special he did, I think Tambourine. He says that only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is loved under the condition that he provides something.
Yes.
So they turn it into a transaction. Yeah. It's a transaction because they demand that it is one. So if she says that you don't make enough money, you need to make more money, and what do I get in return? My body, like
right.
Me, then she's turning it into a transaction.
Exactly.
I've heard women actually. This was like in South Beach many years ago, And this one guy was like, this was in the street, and he was like, hey baby, let me take you out, you know. And the girl goes like, you can't afford me. She said that.
I heard that. I've heard that.
She said that.
I've
You know,
heard
like, so wait, I'm sorry. Are you a night walker? Are you a street walker? What's up with this? You know, like, unbelievable.
I've actually heard that.
They say it like it's a good thing. You know what I mean? You know,
Because-
like they're proud of it.
Because-
Like you're considering yourself to be a street walker. You know, like a night walker. You know what I mean? Like,
because it is almost as if, okay, us as a man, the difference with us and woman, which is what feminism has done to society. Us as man, we love a woman for real. We don't love a woman transactionally. They love us transactionally.
because they're looking at it like what they can get, as opposed to what they can give. Whereas men, I think men are naturally just more giving. We don't have a problem of like giving. We give and we feel good when we do that. Whereas I've heard women, when they say, for example, that they took care of somebody, they were together with this one person, and they did a lot of things for that person. But when they say it, I hear resentment, you know. And the fact of the matter is, she's not with that person anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if she did things for this person and she did it out of love because she genuinely loved that person, then she would still be together with that person, and she would be happy that she did those things for him. You know?
Right.
But it's never like that. It's like, oh, I did a lot of things for this person. You know, I can't believe I did that. Like, well, why would I do that? Why did I waste my time on this guy? You know, like, it's always like that.
Right.